Hey everybody, welcome to SNY.TV. This is your Mets video recap for Wednesday, February 22nd, alongside Anthony DiComo of MLB.com. I'm Steve Gelbs. Keep tossing that ball up and down the whole time. It's a very rainy day out here in Mets camp, but still, the team got some things done. The two most notable players to watch so far today, Matt Harvey, Noah Syndergaard, throwing really in the same spot, and both look pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely. And Zack Wheeler and Robert Gesellman were there as well, which is
really
pretty
four
cool.
players.
Well, it was pretty cool to see all four of them basically within 10 feet of each other, throwing their bullpen sessions. And you know what I like to watch is they had a couple hitters standing in. Brandon Nimmo was there, Dom Smith, Travis Tyrone were in there standing in for these bullpen sessions. And a couple times you saw Nimmo's face, and it's like, right? And this is the point of spring where the pitchers are so far ahead,
right?
But it's nasty stuff.
But you know what? And I hate this because it sounds so cliche talking about the pop of the mitt.
Yeah.
But it just sounds different when Syndergaard's throwing.
It sounds different when you're throwing 101.
Right. It sounds so
Not that
different.
he was throwing 101 today.
Maybe he's throwing 115.
But he was probably in the 90s,
right.
Which is...
You mentioned Zack Wheeler, though, and that was also another thing. And it's going to be something every single day here that he does throw, but Wheeler throwing, and to this point we've heard nothing negative about how he came out of that throwing session.
Right, and we've talked about this, Steve. It's not even so much what he does here on February 22nd, it's what he continues to do and where he ultimately will be on March 20th, March 25th, March 30th. That's what the Mets care about, but he needs to be on track, and so far he is, which is a very good thing considering that minor little health scare he had last week.
We talked about mostly Syndergaard, but just to go back to Syndergaard and Harvey, what have you seen out of Harvey so far?
I've seen a guy who looks normal, right? And that seems like
that's a big deal.
It seems like a pretty simple and maybe even silly thing to say, but this is a surgery that he's coming off of that we don't have a ton of information on. This is not a Tommy John surgery that's a commonplace thing in baseball. So for him to be out here and throwing with the other pitchers and going on his normal progression and in line to be in Grapefruit League games that first week of March when it looks like the Mets are going to start slotting people in, that's a big deal because he's a big deal for this rotation.
Yes, he is, and that is your Mets video recap for Wednesday, February 22nd. He's Anthony DiComo. I'm Steve Gelbs. Thanks for tuning in to SNY.TV.